It's the first full week of November, and Disney World is in full Christmas mode. Decorations have sprung up all over the parks and resorts. Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party and Jollywood Nights start this week. And in line with holiday festivities, Blizzard Beach is open again. There's a lot of DVC news about dues and Moonlight Magic dates, and we share our reviews of a few lounges and restaurants around Disney Springs and the parks, all on episode 166 of the Mickeyphile podcast.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Mickeyphile podcast. I'm Scott, and with me is my lovely wife, Karen.
Hello, everybody.
It's the first full week of November.
I know.
Because, November started last, Wednesday or whatever. So, Thanksgiving is, 2 full weeks?
Yeah.
Two full weeks.
Yeah, 2 full weeks.
And then actual Christmas?
Yes.
But everything's already decorated for Christmas.
Of course it is.
Not here, it's not.
No.
Not at our house.
Not at our house.
We have Thanksgiving turkeys in the front yard.
We do.
Not real turkeys.
No, not real turkeys, but he's a nice big inflatable turkey.
Yeah.
Need to take a picture of him tonight.
We do. We went to Disney this weekend.
We did.
That was fun.
It was fun.
It was fun. We got to hang out with our friends and spent a lot of time with Deirdre Watts, who we haven't spent a lot of time with.
I know.
Especially in a small group.
Yes.
So that was super cool and fun.
It was.
Tried a few new places and some new things and some old reliables.
You can never go wrong with old reliables.
No, I've been trying to go places we don't always go, but also sometimes
you just need the old standard.
If dinner's going to be $200 for 2 people, I'd like to make sure it's worth the $200.
True.
But we did a lot of stuff
We did.
for being there Friday, Saturday, and leaving Sunday. Although we left pretty late on Sunday compared to when we normally would on leaving day.
Yes, but it was actually kind of nice.
Oh, super nice.
That we got to kind of extend the time. And
Yeah, got to hang out with a new friend, Nick Maglio.
Yeah.
Maglio, depending on how Italian you want to actually say it, I guess. If you want to be correct or if you want to be,
Just cool about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a regular old Floridian.
Mm-hmm.
So, fun weekend. And we'll talk about it.
Yes, we will.
Most of it, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That all being said, why don't we do the news?
Okie dokie. Christmas season is arriving at Walt Disney World. Magic Kingdom was on full display by Friday, November 3rd. The Grand Floridian Gingerbread House is opening on November 8th. The Contemporary Gingerbread House, November 10th. The Boardwalk on the 17th. Animal Kingdom Gingerbread House is returning on the 22nd of November, and the others are in progress with no dates listed. The Epcot Gingerbread Houses will be at the American Adventure on November 24th, which is the beginning of Festival of the Holidays.
Okay, that makes sense why it's so late.
Right.
Everybody sleeps on that gingerbread house.
It's very cool in there.
It is.
The detail on it is amazing.
Yeah, and they do, Americana stuff. I mean, it's not like the huge gingerbread house like
Grand
these
Flo.
others.
Right.
But
for the size of it, for the size that it is, and the detail on it is pretty amazing.
Right?
Yep.
I knew Magic Kingdom was going to be decorated because we've talked about how they do it overnight.
Mm-hmm.
We were there for 3 days, and it never even occurred to me to go to Magic Kingdom this weekend. It was not even on my radar until we got home, and I saw Deirdre had posted a picture of the tree.
Right.
And I was like, dang, we never even discussed, hey, we should run over there. We were going to
We were.
Saturday night.
Yes.
But we never really talked about it, and I'm not really ever sure that plan was ever like set in stone at all.
No, it wasn't. We were just
none of us certainly balked at all about not going,
True.
So,
well, we had
we'll
goals.
get there.
We had goals. It just didn't work out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there.
So if we have to get there. We have a party.
Yes, I know. Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party begins November 9th, which is this Thursday, and all the details have been released from the treats to the food to the entertainment schedule. So if you're going in the next couple weeks, it's all out there.
Yeah, we talked about the food last week, and we'll make sure to link that in this week's show notes.
Yes.
A lot of good-looking stuff and a lot of weird-looking stuff.
Yes.
Better like M&M's, tell them to say.
Yep. But the entertainment schedule with all of the dates of all of the shows during the party and even not during the party is listed.
Yeah, and I just saw, has the Elsa thing started, or is it starting Friday or something?
I believe it's starting... Ooh, I don't know.
I think it's starting this week. I think it's starting...
I think it starts before the party, though.
It must. Maybe it starts tonight, but it'll be going pretty quick here.
Yeah.
That's the, new light up the castle projection thing with Olaf and all that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Jollywood Nights, which begins on November 11th, which is Saturday, their entertainment schedule has been released as well. They've got a lot of updated information as far as all the show details, because it was very... It wasn't 100% clear as far as all the details. So
there was just a lot of, there'll be this, and there'll be Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam, and all of that. We were walking through there Sunday afternoon, and I was walking with Nick, and I said to him, dude, how are they going to have these bands playing?
Yeah, I know.
On Commissary Lane. And then we walked through there, and we both were like, I don't know how you put anything in this narrow little walkway, but they have a plan.
They do.
I'm excited to see how that actually works.
Yes. Well, at least we'll get to see it posted ahead of time before we go, too.
Right.
Yep. Disney Springs is joining the holiday season as well. Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar, Emirates Patisserie, and the Ganachery, and other locations around Disney Springs, as well as the Christmas Tree Stroll, which is coming November 10th. Lots of interesting items coming out. Some of the old standards, some new ones. We do have the foodie guide to Walt Disney World is going to be listed in the show notes. It's kind of listing everything from parks to resorts, all the fun stuff. We'll put that in the show notes.
Yeah, we'll make sure it's there.
Yep. And today, my Disney experience updated with virtual queue options for Rise of the Resistance at Hollywood Studios for Jollywood Nights, which begins again on Saturday, the 11th, and Meet Santa at Disney Springs, which begins on November 10th. So now they have the VQ listed in there. There we go.
Yeah, that's funny. It doesn't have a virtual queue now, but they're going to do it for the party.
Correct. And it actually shows that it's only available starting on the 11th for people that have Jollywood Night tickets.
Right.
Kind of like the same thing they did with the Halloween parties.
Yeah, but Tron is on virtual queues, so I understand that.
Right. So, and Blizzard Beach reopened yesterday, November 6th. And the Galactic Star Cruiser...
And that means that Typhoon Lagoon closed, right?
Yes, it did. The last day it was open was the 5th.
Okay, while we were doing this...
Yes.
Frozen Holiday Surprise, which debuts at the Magic Kingdom Park on November 7th.
Okay, so that's what I thought.
Today, as we're recording it 2 days ago when this comes out, that'll be the new show with Olaf and Anna, Elsa, Kristoff, all on stage. So cool.
I know. I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
And Galactic Star Cruiser apparel and merchandise has been arriving at the Hollywood Studios shops and at the Galaxy's Edge locations, like Doc Ondar's and in the marketplace, those type of things.
I will say it was a smattering.
Yeah.
There was some stuff there on Hollywood Boulevard,
right,
at that store with the Marvel and the Star Wars stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot, like 2 T-shirts, and there was some stuff in the marketplace at Galaxy's Edge.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly like costume stuff, like stuff you would have worn on the cruise, not like T-shirts celebrating it, but you know, capes and cloaks and that.
Right. The T-shirts celebrating it were at the one on
Hollywood.
Yeah, Hollywood. Yeah.
Sabat cards, but I feel like maybe those have been around for a little bit.
Well, there's been 2 different Sabats. There's been the non Star Cruiser and Star Cruiser. So now these are the Star Cruiser ones.
Okay. We got the R2-D2. Can't remember what his actual designation is, but he looks like R2-D2, but different colors.
Right.
We got that one that we didn't buy when we went on the cruise, and we should have because the price has gone up and we didn't get a discount.
Right.
But the stuff I actually wanted, like the glasses and coffee mugs.
But they're not there yet.
Not there yet.
I have a feeling they will be.
If they have any left, I guess they will be.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, anyway, yeah, it was cool.
Mm-hmm. But more stuff keeps showing up because, like, when I originally saw it was being posted, it was just like 3 T-shirts. Now they have, you know, like the training, the lightsaber training thing. And
the shield, the kid's shield for lightsaber training. That was kind of neat.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And Doctor Who 60th anniversary, the first 3 specials are premiering on Disney Plus on November 25th. They're coming obviously in sequence, and then they'll release 3 more. The first one is called The Star Beast, which is November 25th. On December 2nd, it's going to be Wild Blue Yonder. And then on December 9th, it's going to be called The Giggle.
So this is their 60th anniversary, like, season or whatever?
Right. So they're having, like, you know, David Tennant's coming back.
Yeah, so that's why it says he finds himself with an old face. At first, I thought by this description they meant, like, he's an old man. I'm like, yeah, that's happened before. But the old face is that David Tennant is coming back.
Right.
And then he's going to regenerate and be another new Doctor.
Right. I do know that Neil Patrick Harris is playing a character in that as well.
Okay.
In one of them. I can't remember which episode.
And they've got Russell Davies back.
Mm-hmm.
That is huge.
Yes.
Because it was not great after he left.
Correct.
Oh my God, Donna's in it too.
I know.
The Donna Doctor's coming back. Wow, I'm going to geek out on Doctor Who, so. I'm not sure, like, it's really weird. Like, you know, our friend Sheila from Monorail Tales is British.
Right.
And so she's a Doctor Who fan. So she was very excited about the fact that it's coming to Disney Plus, but it's weird because it's already on HBO, not these episodes.
Correct.
But so I don't know. I guess HBO, Time Warner, whatever, paid for the rights, and now Disney is paying for the rights as those expire, I guess.
Yes.
So I'm excited to see it.
I am too.
I think. David Tennant was fantastic.
He was.
Peter Capaldi was I think I liked him better. That may be sacrilegious to Doctor Who fans, but...
Well, yeah, but it's because he had just a different aura about him.
A much different attitude about all of it.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about this, actually.
I am as well.
I guess that's it for news.
Yes.
There is DVC stuff. 2024 Moonlight Magic dates have been released. Animal Kingdom on February 27th and April 23rd. Epcot on January 25th and March 1st. Hollywood Studios on August 27th. Typhoon Lagoon on 6/4 and 7/11. So that means, at least, that we know Typhoon Lagoon will be open by June 4th.
Yes.
At least we know that.
Mm-hmm.
And then Disney's California Adventure on January 29th.
Right.
Nothing in Magic Kingdom again this year.
Right.
Dues have been released. Shockingly, they are going up. It looks like the biggest increase is going to be for Vero Beach. That makes sense. It, like always is, being on the beach.
And Alani's going up. They're one of the higher ones, too.
Yeah. Both the Alanis.
Mm-hmm. Beach
Club, 5% increase at Beach Club. 6% at Disney's California, Grand Californian. 5% at Hilton Head. That makes sense. Old Key West, shockingly, at 6.25%. Basically, if you've got Saratoga, it's going to go over $8 now. $8.13.88. Grand Floridian will be $7.5740. Bay Lake $7.5902. So those are the cheaper ones around Florida.
Yeah,
Key West almost $10 now.
Wow.
Point.
The lowest increases were Boardwalk and Boulder Ridge, it looks like.
Yeah. Then there were property tax adjustments for the vacation club resorts. Ad valorem taxes were underestimated for most of the Disney Vacation Club resorts in 2023, which results in a balance due for many owners in early 2024. For the resorts located at Walt Disney World, most saw their taxes underestimated. Following as a summary, I mean, it's not a ton.
Right.
Pennies we're talking about
here.
You know, Old Key West was underestimated by 0.0142 per mil. Like, that's not a lot. Saratoga 0.0009, you know. Animal Kingdom villas, they apparently overestimated. Same thing with Copper Creek. This happens like all the time. And also Disney is always in a fight with Orange County about what their stuff's being
valued
appraised at.
Yeah.
So, whatever. I mean, it's not going to be a lot of money.
Right.
Standard Disney collection rules now apply for Disneyland stays. The rule of 4 and a $95 transaction fee for any Disney Vacation Club points reservations made outside of the timeshare component now apply to Disneyland hotels. So if you want to do an RCI and it's not RCI anymore, whatever it is.
Right.
But if you want to stay at a timeshare that's not Disney and use your points, $95 transaction fee.
Gotcha.
Disney Vacation Club resort grocery lists. I did not know about this at all. Grocery order lists are available for all the Walt Disney World destinations, as well as Alani, Hilton Head, and Vero Beach. Incoming guests can make their selections 3 days prior and email the form to the resort for fulfillment. Prices are, it's weird because prices are higher than like stopping at Publix on your way in, but then you get a 20% discount. But then there's a $10 service fee. So, you know.
Kind of weighs it out.
It is what it is.
Right.
you always pay more for delivered stuff.
Right.
So, like, for example, a 2-liter bottle of Coke is $5.19. That's still like a 20 ounce at the hotel is like almost $5.
Right. It's like 4 something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just shows right there. Seagram's ginger ale is $4.99 for a 20 ounce.
Where does it say? Oh, it does.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's insane.
Right. So why would you not buy a 2-liter?
Well, because they don't have one.
Right.
But that's insane.
Now the list that you're looking at is specifically for Saratoga.
For Saratoga.
They are different for each resort.
But it puts it
in perspective.
Right. You know, it's still cheaper than eating at a restaurant.
Right.
So, and it's probably, especially with a 20% discount, it's probably not crazy compared to Instacart or any of those either.
Right.
So that's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's it for news.
Yeah.
So form's kind of cool. Just a spreadsheet. Your check-in date, your arrival time, your name, phone number, reservation number, because you obviously don't have a room 3 days before, room number. And then just go in and write your quantities next to what you want. Mm-hmm. So there's some pretty good variety.
There is.
Frozen waffles, spaghetti and meat sauce, pizzas, deli meat, condiments.
Yeah, it's basically the stuff that's in their refrigerators.
You know, it's funny. Well, there's Lunchables. No, there's deli ham.
Right, that's
honey ham and turkey.
Right.
Oh, there is. Okay. You get white wheat or Italian bread choices. So that's cool. You know, you can make sandwiches and all that.
Yep.
Cool. So that's going to do it for the news.
Yeah.
So we went to Disney.
We did.
Got there Friday noonish?
Noonish, I guess.
Well, we stopped for lunch. We stopped for lunch at like 11:30.
Right.
At 192. So we probably got there like 1 or
Oh yeah, because we thought we weren't sure if they were open, so we got there around 11:30.
Yeah. Yeah, and we didn't know like, you know, where everybody was and what was going on, so we just stopped and got lunch.
Right. We thought that was easier.
Yeah, and it was. Mm-hmm. It was. We went to our little favorite Sicky's Garage and Brew or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Burgers and Brew.
Yeah.
So it was same as always and very convenient because it's like 5 minutes from Animal Kingdom.
Right. Like I said, my salad this time was considerably better than it was the first time.
Yeah. We had chicken wings and fried green beans and a salad and some sodas. And it was $40.
Yeah.
40. Yeah. Well, because we also had a discount for being there, you know, getting points.
Right.
We stayed at the Residence Inn at Flamingo Crossings. Mm-hmm. Tony Ann from the Disney Crush podcast talks about that area all the time.
Yes.
Because it's literally a minute from a Welcome to Disney sign on the road.
Right. And it's very new.
Very new.
Uh-huh.
It's very nice, roomy.
It really was.
We paid what for it?
We paid $273 for 2 nights.
Right.
Because we got the deal on Hotwire.
Yeah, but it still was not going to be a lot more than that going directly from... It would have been more, but not a lot more, I don't think.
Right.
Going through the Marriott app, it was a big room. It had a nice sofa, a big desk. Mm-hmm. It had...
king-size bed.
Yeah, I don't want to say a full kitchen, but it had an oven or a stove. It had a dishwasher. It had actual plates and silverware in the room.
Right. It had a toaster, had a coffee maker.
Yeah.
Had a kind of a miniaturized refrigerator. It wasn't a mini fridge. It was just
Yeah, it wasn't like a beer fridge, but it was, you know, I don't know, 4 feet tall.
Right.
Whatever it was.
Right. and had, refrigerator, freezer. So, I mean, it's nice. It was very roomy in there. Oh, then it had like that little kind of bar table.
Yeah. A table up against the wall.
Right.
2 like bar stools.
Mm-hmm. But they were very comfy. The whole thing was comfy.
It was a really comfortable room.
Right. Then bathroom was good size and had like a little dressing area is probably what it was.
Mm-hmm. Like a vanity area. Anyway.
Yeah. It was a really nice room.
They had breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
They had a full bar. I don't know if it was really a lounge because
it wasn't a lounge, but it was definitely a full bar.
The lobby area is all open.
Yeah, but it was definitely a bar.
So, it was definitely its own area.
Yes.
So, it was a very nice place to stay. And like I said, I mean, it was, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes to Disney Springs. It might be 10 to Animal Kingdom. I don't think it's that far. It's probably 5.
Yeah, I don't even think it's that far, yeah.
So, it was a very convenient spot for us for where we were going and all that, too.
Yeah. So, because we actually have 2 more upcoming stays there.
Yeah, we do.
One was already pre-booked, but then I guess yesterday we decided to add another on.
Yeah, I guess 2 more in November.
Mm-hmm. It was comfortable. It was, I mean, everybody there was super nice.
Yeah, so I'm having not serious, but I'm having a big back issue right now.
Right.
So I had a scooter this weekend because standing and walking is not my friend at all.
No.
And I asked him when we were checking in, because we hadn't been in the room yet, I was like, is there room, for me to pull the scooter in and charge it? And there was plenty of room.
Right, but we didn't know at the time.
Right. But they were like, oh, you can just leave it here with us. We have a room in the back. We plug them in. Like, wow. Okay, cool.
Well, if you had a full family in there, you wouldn't want to have had it.
Yeah, if we were going to have to pull out the sofa or something, it wouldn't have worked. So.
Right.
But, everybody was really friendly, and it was really clean and really nice. And we didn't have much of a view, but didn't really care. We didn't get there before dark either night anyway.
Right.
So, not that that's hard to do right now. I mean, sundown's like 5:15 already.
I know, it's insane.
So it was good. I liked it, and obviously we're going to go back because we just booked 2 more stays there.
Well, we already had one of them booked, but we booked a second.
So we rolled into town. We didn't go to the hotel. We did not bother going to the hotel until after dinner because dinner was early.
Right.
6:20, I think.
Right.
So we went to
Animal Kingdom and met up with Deirdre and Amanda. Right. And Sam.
Right.
Samantha. So,
yep. Yeah. And so we hung around there. You guys did the safari. I actually had a Zoom meeting I had to jump onto.
Right. We did the safari, which was good.
Yeah. We did Everest. That was awesome.
Can never go wrong with Everest.
No, and we got the back.
Yeah, which was nice. That's a better seat.
Yeah, that was they pulled the scooter out for that.
Yep.
So we did Everest.
Yep.
We went to the 8 Spoon Cafe.
Which I didn't even know it actually had a name.
I didn't either. I thought it was just like a, one of the carts going by, but it does have a name.
Yes.
They had something there. Oh, that was the pulled pork.
That was the pulled pork donut thing.
Donut pulled pork sandwich.
Right.
And they had the pulled pork mac and cheese.
Right.
So I thought the pulled pork was good. The idea of that jelly donut sandwich
sounded great, right?
Sounded great, but the donut was cold.
Yes.
And I don't mean like it was cold.
Yeah, it was like cold.
Right. The pork wasn't.
Which is just weird.
Although it cooled down
very quickly
on a cold donut. But yeah, man, it was a really tasty sandwich. I just wish the donut it didn't have to be like flaming hot, but it was cold.
Right, like they obviously pulled it out of the refrigerator to make it.
Yeah, that's what it felt like.
Yeah.
So, it could have been better, but it was good. Mm-hmm. It was real good.
And then it had
I'll probably order it again.
Had coleslaw on it too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was pulled pork coleslaw. It had bread and butter pickles.
Okay.
So it was a very tasty sandwich. Mm-hmm. Just the donut.
Yeah, and I had the macaroni and cheese with the pulled pork, which was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we went to Dawa Bar.
Yep.
That was while we were waiting on the safari. We went to the Dawa Bar. Mm-hmm. So I had another Lil Willie.
But we actually got it from Willie.
From Will. Yeah.
Will actually made our little Willies.
Yes. So they were very good as always, but they were very good.
Yes.
And
it's just funny how he's talking to us while he's making them too. It was just
yeah, telling us about other drinks that he's working on.
Right, other concoctions.
Cool. Mm-hmm. How was the safari? We didn't really talk about it.
It was good.
Because you guys, it was after 4:00, so it would have been, starting to get towards dusk when you guys went.
Yeah, the giraffe were running all around, which was really cool. You don't get to see giraffes run very often, so they were running back into their, little hidden area up the hill from the safari. Other than that, other than the big I call them, they're not really cows, but the ones with the big horns. Those are really the ones out.
The water buffaloes or the Watusi cattle. Or
yeah, the Watusi cattle. They were out. The cheetah was just pacing. So he was getting ready. They were obviously getting ready to feed him because he was on a schedule.
Right.
He is pacing up and down the fence, which you don't see very often.
Yeah, right.
Other than that, we didn't see much. There was somebody out getting the food together for the flamingos. Didn't see the elephants at all.
Oh, wow.
Only one hippo surfaced.
Yeah, I was hoping. Well, you know what? Time didn't change till the next day, so I guess that's why.
Right. And the big cats were crashed on the rocks.
Yeah. When we finished that, we headed to Caribbean Beach Resort.
Yes.
And we had dinner. There were, I don't know,
there was
15 or something of us.
Yeah, 2 different tables. Yeah.
That went to Sebastian's Bistro.
Mm-hmm.
It was fine.
Yeah.
It was fine. For the price, it was good.
Better. Yeah, for the price, it was good. It's better than Ohana.
Yeah, I still haven't been to Ohana.
Yeah.
Since they're doing this stuff. But
right. Price was definitely better.
It was not as good as Whispering Canyon or Tusker House that had the same kind of meal.
Right.
But it was good. Mm-hmm. It was good for the money, and the company was great.
Right.
So that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
The bread pudding was really good.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Yeah.
They were... The waiter did not do a great job of hiding his annoyance at having to split the bill.
Yeah. Very true.
He did not... Yeah, he didn't do a great job of hiding the fact that he wasn't happy about it.
Right.
I'll guarantee you it worked out better.
Yeah.
For him, because 18% automatically on the check.
Mm-hmm.
And I know everybody at the table tipped a little extra.
Yes.
So he probably worked out better for him in the long run, but...
Yeah, but he definitely...
Yeah, he didn't hide his displeasure very well at all.
Right.
But it was good. It was fine.
Mm-hmm.
We had some drinks at the Banana Cabana before we went in.
Mm-hmm.
That's the bar right outside.
Yes.
Because we had to wait quite a while.
Yeah, I was really kind of surprised we had to wait so long, but...
Banana Cabana was good. They had a cool menu.
Mm-hmm. Variety
of things. Their liquor choices were surprisingly limited. But apparently that's a Disney thing now, not... Like the bartender said they had really just recently cut down the pool bars, especially on what they're carrying.
Okay.
So, like, I ordered a bourbon drink, and he said, "What kind of bourbon?" And I said, the Knob Creek Disney that they should have everywhere. And he was like, "Yeah, we don't have that."
That's really surprising, especially the Disney bourbon.
Yeah. So, they had Buffalo Trace, and they had Old Forester, I think I saw out there. They may have had Bullet, I don't know. But they only had a couple of brands as opposed to, normally when you go to a bar and you can get anything you want.
Right. But especially the one that's Disney, you would think they'd have it at every Disney bar.
Yeah, so it was a little bit weird.
Yeah.
But it was fine. You can definitely make do. And the drinks were, Disney priced and well made. And
yeah, because they weren't pre-made, which was nice.
Yeah, and they had some pretty cool options of specialty cocktails out there. So that was fun.
Yep.
That was when we left, went and got checked into our hotel. And then we went to Disney Springs.
Yeah.
And we hung out at Raglan Road for a while.
Yes, we did.
So our bartender was James, but we got to see our friend Michael. He came by a couple times and talked to us. And
giving us a hard time as usual.
Yeah.
That's what we enjoy.
The dancers were great. The band was really good.
They were.
The band was on point that night. We met a new friend there who actually works at the Edison.
Yes.
So that was super cool. Super guy. Super nice guy.
Very nice guy.
Yeah. And you could tell talking to him, but then we saw it in action the next day. Like, he's a professional restaurant guy.
Yes.
There are those, and there are guys that work in restaurants, but
yeah, he's definitely a professional restaurant guy.
He's a professional restaurant guy. Gets the job done. It was pretty good. Pretty cool.
And a great personality.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. So Raglan Road was great, as always.
As always.
Then the next day, we got up. We went to Disney Springs.
Yep, met...
a lot of our friends got up really early and ran. We didn't.
We did not, and we didn't even want to go meet them in the parking lot. Had no desire.
It's just too hard to do it.
Yeah.
Especially even the 10K, that's an hour run. So it's hard to get into the parking lot or anywhere else on the race route that early in the morning especially if you have a car.
Yes.
Or an Uber. So what we did is we went and met our friends, Tony and Veronica, at Disney Springs.
Right.
And then Sam was getting there, so we walked down and met Sam.
Right.
And then we went to the Edison.
Right.
Because our friends Amanda and Jen Wynn were there.
Yes.
So that was when we got to see our friend Hudson again, our new friend Hudson.
When we had already planned to go see Hudson.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that worked out.
Yes, exactly. And so we had a few drinks and some billionaire bacon and tried a new drink at the Edison.
Okay, that one was delicious.
So this is another one of their high roller cocktails.
Yes.
But there's a couple things you got to know about those. So one is, yes, they're like $35 a piece, right?
Right.
But if you get 4 of those gold coins that you get for ordering one,
yes,
then you cash those 4 gold coins in for
another
new drink.
For a drink on that high roller menu.
Right. So that means now you got to take, whatever it is. Let's see, 20% off the price of all your drinks, right? Because you're getting 5 for the price of 4.
Right.
So 20% off a $35 drink is $28. That's right in line with
the higher end.
What do you call it? With Grand Floridian.
True.
Enchanted Rose.
True.
So they're not crazy expensive. So I had the silk and lace. This one was $34.
Yes.
Decadent and silky smooth chocolate cherry cake Manhattan. They substitute regular sweet vermouth for a house-made toasted cocoa nib and vanilla-infused Ruby Porto. It features Edison's own Maker's Mark Private Selection Old 19 Volume 2. And all of the above culminate into a true experience in a glass. So it tasted like a, what did we say, Bavarian chocolate cake. Mm-hmm. And it was just delicious.
And the chocolate kind of just hangs in your mouth and throat afterwards.
Yeah, like the chocolate was like the last flavor you got, and it just kind of stayed there.
Yeah.
They had the big, huge square ice cube. Mm-hmm. Stamped on the top with the Maker's Mark logo because, you got to drink with their private selection one. Mm-hmm. It was delicious. Everybody loved it.
Yes, it was delicious.
We did kind of pass it around. Everybody loved it.
Right.
So that's a new favorite for me.
Yeah.
That drink was spot on.
I would be willing to get that as well.
Yeah.
It was delicious.
Yeah. So I'm almost to a free drink.
I know. And a friend of ours is actually turning into a bourbon drinker. Even though she won't admit it.
Well, it was funny. And it kind of hit us. I think it hit me and Jen at the same time. Because every time I order something, Amanda's like, I don't like bourbon, but let me try it.
Right.
If I go, oh man, that's good. Let me try it. And every time she's like, oh, I could drink that.
Yeah.
There was one that she was like, let me taste it. And I'm like, you're not going to want this one.
Right.
It was just like a straight up Manhattan, basically.
Right.
It's like, you won't like this one so much. But that's, Jen and I finally were like, you keep saying you don't like bourbon, but every bourbon drink you try, you're like, oh, that's not bad.
She started that when we were at going to see Yeehaw Bob when we went the wrong night.
Yeah, I think maybe.
And she'd started trying bourbon drinks then.
It's just funny. Not even really giving her a hard time. Just
I know, but we
open your horizons.
Exactly.
So yeah, it was very good. Mm-hmm. Very good. Like
delicious.
Like that may be a legitimate must do. But you have to go in there. Like that drink would not be good in a plastic cup to go.
Oh no.
Like that's not that's not a thing.
No,
not with that one.
That has to be in an actual glass.
Yeah, in the right glass.
Yes.
But wow, it was delicious. Mm-hmm. So all those flavors really, they came together.
Yeah.
So we left Raglan Road. We went to Pizza Ponte finally. Edison finally went to Pizza Ponte.
Tony Ann finally got to get her Pizza Ponte.
She's been trying to go there for years.
I know.
So here's the thing, because it feels like a quick service because you go through a line, pick a pizza, and then you're out. Right. It's not table service. It is quick service. Mm-hmm. So we were the last people in line. Tony Ann had ordered. Sam ordered. I asked her, I'm like, I'm sure you don't, but do you guys do annual pass or DVC or anything? She's like, oh yeah, 20% or 10%. 10%. Like, oh, cool.
Now we know.
So, Pizza Ponte, you get at least DVC discount. I believe it was annual pass also.
Yeah, I can't remember.
The pizza was good. I had that. It was ham and ricotta. Mm-hmm. Or I think it was capicola and ricotta, but ham.
Right.
It was good. With a white sauce, it didn't have a red sauce.
It was a DVC discount.
Okay.
And it's 15%.
Okay, there we go. 15% for DVC. That pizza was good.
Mm-hmm. And I had can't remember which the one is I had.
Oh, you had the mushroom.
Yes.
One.
Yes, which was good.
Yeah, cheese and mushroom. Mm-hmm. Tony Ann had pepperoni, and they also had something else. So she said the pepperoni slice was...
I thought it was just cheese.
No, I think they had, they had a cheese one.
Yeah.
So the pepperoni one was good. The cheese, they were kind of like, yeah.
Yeah.
But...
she's very happy she went.
Yeah, right. And I liked mine. I liked the ricotta cheese on top. Mm-hmm. I'm getting to where I'm not like a huge fan of red sauce on pizzas anymore.
Yeah.
So it worked out well.
Yes, it did.
And it was the right time for a, snack.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because we had another early dinner, like 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Scheduled for that night.
Mm-hmm.
We ended up going to Jock Lindsay's. We were hoping for the hangar or the holiday bar, but it wasn't set up yet.
Yeah, that's not going to be till this week.
Yeah. The drinks were good. I had the chicken on the egg. They have a cool new, it doesn't come on a plate anymore. It comes on like this wooden biplane.
It was really cute.
It was really cool. Yeah. Really cute.
Well, and it holds the egg really well.
It did, yeah. They had like the little dips,
right.
So you can set the egg in. So it was very good.
Mm-hmm.
I love deviled eggs.
I know you do.
And the chicken bites were good on top of it.
Good.
And I had a Mayor's Old Fashioned or Mayor's Reserve because that's what I get when I go there.
Right.
So it was all good. I can't wait for the holiday stuff to come out.
Yes.
We sat out on the porch.
Yeah, out on the boat. And yeah.
It was a little chaotic. And part of that was because we had people that kept coming in to join us. So we moved at one point and it was a little chaotic, but it was fine. We did have to wait a long time for our checks.
Yes.
And then a long time to get them back.
Right.
They were busy. I didn't think they were that busy.
They didn't seem that busy. There was a lot of tables on the outside porch.
Maybe they were shorthanded. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was not the best Jock Lindsay's experience I've had, but the food and drink was good.
Right.
So.
And the company was, of course, nice.
Right. Of course.
Yes.
Then we went to Topolinos.
Yeah, we had dinner with Topolinos. We had like a 6:05 or 6 something, but we had to wait for... Huh?
5 o'clock. We got up there before the restaurant even opened.
Oh, you're right.
And then we waited a really long time for them to seat us.
Yes.
For the fact that there were 3 groups sitting outside also waiting for the restaurant to open.
Right.
We waited a surprisingly long time for having a reservation at opening.
Right.
And that became kind of a prelude to the night, actually.
Yeah, because we had 2 different reservations. There's 2 different reservations, so basically 2 tables. They sat us at the big round table closest to the kitchen.
Right. Which was okay because that place has what do you call it when you can see them cooking?
Right.
It wasn't like there was a door coming back and forth. We got to watch the chefs. That's cool.
Yeah, the open kitchen thing. Yeah.
Right. That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
We got to meet Jen Wynn's parents. They are awesome.
They are awesome.
They are
I can't wait to hear about their trips and meet with them again.
Yeah, they're going to Antarctica.
I know.
Wow.
They're like adventure people.
Yes, they are.
They're a lot of fun.
So we had at our table was Deirdre, Veronica, Samantha.
Yep.
Jen's parents.
And Jen.
And Jen and us. Right.
Which was a great table. We enjoyed everyone we were with.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. The other table got seated about 15 minutes after us. Mm-hmm. We had just gotten the dessert menu and they were leaving.
Yeah. So they'd already gotten their food, checks, everything.
Yeah. It took over an hour from the time we ordered to get our food.
Yes.
And nobody ordered anything weird. Nobody even had changes. It was all straight up off the menu. It took forever to get the food.
Right.
The food was good. Dinner was 3 hours.
Yeah, we didn't expect it to be that long at all.
Maybe not 3 hours, 2.5.
2.5, yeah.
So it took a really long time.
Yeah.
And I got to be honest, the steak, there are better steaks at Disney. than that filet was.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't anything wrong with it, but for the $60, there are better steaks at the same price, better fillets at the same price around Disney property, like Citrico's.
Right. And I mean, and the sole I had, the first time we had it when we went for anniversary, it was a ton better than this time. I think it was overcooked. I had to use a knife to cut it.
Right.
Which you should never have to do.
Yeah, not for fish.
No. I mean, it's still, it was fine, but it wasn't as good as the first time. And honestly, it was not as good as it was on the cruise, on the Wish.
Yeah, well, I mean,
it's different, I know, but
right.
For it being,
but you know what? It wasn't more money.
No, but for being a signature restaurant,
yeah,
I expected.
I didn't pay significantly more at Palo for
on the Wish
my A5 Wagyu steak,
right?
Than that. Now, I mean, I know those aren't the same.
No, I know. Well, compared to Citrico's.
Right. It's not as good as Citrico's.
Right. And that's probably the same amount. Yeah. Probably the same pricing.
Yeah, absolutely it is. It was $59 for the filet.
Right.
And it's the same.
Right. And I had a fish at Citrico's, and it was, it wasn't sole, it was different fish. But I was just, this one,
yeah,
I'm okay if we don't go back.
For a while anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I may want to do the breakfast again, just, because it's different.
I think Citrico's is skating on their reputation right now. I mean, Topolinos.
Right.
Like, and I can't even tell you, like, it took forever to get the food.
Right.
But it wasn't like the server wasn't around.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't just take our orders and disappear for an hour and finally bring us food. Like, so it wasn't him.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't know that he was, back there going, hey, where's my food?
Right. But still, I don't understand what took so long.
I don't either. I don't have any idea how it took as long as it did.
Right. I mean, unless, Mr. Wynn's bouillabaisse or whatever it was required longer, but
it's fish soup. I mean, they should already have it made.
I know. That's why I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just weird.
Yeah.
It'll be, I don't know, it's not the easiest place to get to.
Right.
Compared to some of the others. Right. And I don't know. I'll probably just go to the Yachtsman or Citrico's the next time I want that kind of meal.
Right.
I can't even give you a reason not to go there other than, I don't know. It just was like the food was just, I don't know. I think a step down. Like I said, there were better steaks out there.
And we've been to several of the others like Yachtsman and Citrico's multiple times where there's been a consistency. This was a very inconsistent from what we've had before.
Yeah, right. And it wasn't early enough for them to be busy. That's the thing.
We were literally...
Or it wasn't late enough for them to actually be like busy and behind. You know what I mean?
We're the first 3 tables.
Right. That was weird.
Yeah.
But anyway, enjoyed the meal.
Yeah, enjoyed the meal and the company and conversation, and it was wonderful.
Right. We left there. That was when we were going to go to Magic Kingdom because it was open till 11 o'clock.
Right. So
we figured, hey, there's going to be so many people running.
Yeah, it's going to be dead.
It shouldn't. Right. And we had a friend, Jason, was there that night. Yeah. So now his focus was do all the stuff that he hadn't done since like 1980 something.
Right.
So he did the Liberty Bell and the train and Tiki Room, and
which was fine.
Those are always like kind of walk-in stuff, but in his videos, I didn't see like a huge group of people. No, I
didn't either
on those rides.
Right.
So I think it was the right time to go, but we all were like, at this point, I could go back. Tony Ann and Veronica hadn't gotten checked in yet, and they had this whole ordeal going on.
Right.
Through nobody's fault, honestly.
Yes. Right.
Theirs or the hotel's.
Exactly.
So it was, we were like, okay, well, let's get you checked in and make sure, you have somewhere to sleep tonight. And then we all were like,
we could just go hang.
Yeah. So that's what we did. We went back to the hotel, and I don't remember what we were watching on TV.
I don't even know.
Probably Nick at Night or something, but went to bed fairly early, like 9:30.
Did we go to bed that early?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
And then the time changed.
Yeah.
In the middle of the night. That was weird too.
Yeah.
The clock in our bedroom, I got up at like 2:52.
Oh, right.
That's what the clock said, 2:52. Yeah. And I went to the bathroom, and then I got back in bed, and it took me a little bit to get back to sleep. So I looked back over at the clock, and it said it was like 2:15. It's like, oh, so the clock didn't change itself at 2:00, but it did eventually change itself.
Right.
So that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Weird. It was funny. The runners in our group were like super worried about having to get up.
Yes.
Because of the time change.
Because it changed at 2, and that's the time basically they wanted to get up at.
Well, Samantha wanted to get up at 1:30, but she was like, if I set my alarm for 1:30, it's going to wake me up at 1:30, which in a half hour is going to be 12:30. Half hour later, it's going to be 1:00 because of the time change.
Right.
And if I set it for 2:30, it's not going to go off until 2:30, and then I'm late for the race.
Right.
So, yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
But everybody made it, as far as I heard.
Yeah. And then next morning, I went down and grabbed us some breakfast again.
Yeah, and the breakfast was surprisingly good.
Mm-hmm.
Bacon was cooked right. The eggs both days were good.
Mm-hmm.
The bagels were not like grocery store bagels.
No. And they had fresh fruit, which was nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had like a, turkey sausage, which I enjoyed, and a little bit of potato, something, just a little substance.
Yeah, they had a good variety, and they had the food was good quality for a hotel.
Yeah.
So, enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
We went to Hollywood Studios Sunday.
Yes.
Didn't get there real early.
No.
Didn't want to get there real early.
No, but we met Veronica and Tony Ann.
Yeah. And Deirdre.
Deirdre showed up, yep.
And then eventually Nick Maglio showed up.
Right.
So not until we were about ready to go.
Yeah.
It was about 2:00.
So, however, Tony Ann, Veronica, and I rode Slinky Dog, which is always fun.
Yeah.
To hear Veronica.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
You guys did Slinky Dog. Mm-hmm. We did Rise of the Resistance.
Yes.
And we did Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
Correct. Now, that part was really cool, the Runaway Railway.
Yeah, so because of the scooter, they took us out of the line, like right before we would have swung over to get into a car. They took us out of the line, took us into another room. Mm-hmm. And
there's a car sitting there.
It was like you made the reference. It was like the Skyliner. Mm-hmm. So there's a car sitting there. They loaded us into that car. And then the next train coming only brought 2 of the 3 cars, or 3 of the 4, whatever it is, 3 of the 4.
Right.
One lagged back. Mm-hmm. We got at the end of that train, and then that car came up and backed into the spot waiting for the next one.
Right.
And the same thing happened then when we were leaving, getting off the ride.
Right. So, yeah, it was like the Skyliner.
Yeah. So it was really cool.
Yeah. So I actually videoed it because I'm like, I've never done that. I mean, seen the Skyliner one, but it was just really cool.
Right. Right. It was very cool.
Yeah.
A little behind the scenes look.
I know.
So, and we stayed on the car instead of getting off
right
at the exit station because that room is between the two.
Mm-hmm.
So it was very cool.
Yeah.
That was when we met Nick.
Yes.
We were looking for a Mr. Toad's Wild Ride hat, and he was looking for this Christmas hat he had seen.
Yes.
So we went down to Hollywood first. Did we go to Sunset first? I think we went to Sunset first.
Went to Sunset first.
And he found the hat.
Yes.
So he was very excited about that.
Right.
And we're looking for something. So we're like, okay, we'll hang out and do that. And then we're getting ready to leave. He's like, do you guys have time to go to Baseline? And we're like, well, you always got time for Baseline.
So Deirdre's with us because Tony Ann and Veronica had already left.
Yeah. So we probably spent about an hour there, just talking, people watching, taking selfies.
Yeah.
So it was very fun. Really cool to hang out with people that we don't get to hang out with a lot.
Yeah.
Or in Nick's case, ever.
Right. And we actually got to sit inside, which was nice.
Yes. Yeah. It was busy. It wasn't as busy as I've seen it, but it was definitely busy. And It was steady busy. Like the end of the line was where the end of the line was the whole time we were there.
Yeah. But it was really funny because the tables inside didn't have people at them.
Nobody was staying in there. There were like two groups.
Yeah. Which I thought was a little, because that's the first thing I do is look for inside.
Yeah. Right. But it was a really nice day. It was not hot this weekend.
Right. It was actually chilly in the morning, which was,
I wore a jacket all day on Saturday and part of the day on Sunday.
I wore jeans all weekend.
Yeah, I wore jeans on Friday. After Baseline is when we left.
Yes.
So we got out of there. And I got my Mr. Toad's hat. It was on Hollywood.
I know it was at the 5 and 10.
The place where they have all the pins and all the hats.
Right.
So that's where I got it.
So you were very happy about that.
Yeah. Then we came home. That was it. That was our weekend.
When we got home, it was dark.
It was very dark. Well, I mean, we left, I don't know, coming on 4:00, and we had a 2-hour drive home. So
yeah. And it doesn't actually take 2 hours. We just have to go get the dogs, and then it's there.
It's an hour and 45, or it's 45 minutes to her house. It's an hour and 11 minutes is what it took to get from her house to our house.
Right.
Plus getting each of the dogs and getting them loaded and all that. So it was just over 2 hours.
Right.
But we got home. We made it.
We did. And then the dogs have had an incredibly wonderful time trying to adjust to this time change. So I just made them wait. Too bad.
Yeah. So here's my takeaways.
Okay.
8 Spoon Cafe. I'll definitely go back there and try that jelly donut sandwich again.
Okay.
And I'd like to try the mac and cheese there. But I think there's one at Harambe Market too.
Yeah. Actually, I wanted to do the Harambe Market one because I heard they have some... I know I've seen from John's posting some cool things.
Yeah, but they were closed at 4:00.
Yeah, I think it's a breakfast, early lunch one. Like they close at 2 or something.
Yeah, maybe. Pizza Ponte, we don't go to enough for as much as we're at Disney Springs.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good quick service thing for us.
And Jock Lindsay's, I'm excited about going back to. Yeah, that's kind of, I mean, not new because we go to Jock Lindsay's a lot, but...
Right, but when it's the Christmas one, when it's the holiday.
And the Edison and Raglan Road have never disappointed. So...
Right.
We went to Joffrey's, too.
We did go to Joffrey's because remember we got those...
Yeah, we had a Kahlua-tini.
Yes.
At Joffrey's, which was espresso with Kahlua and Grey Goose.
Right.
And it was iced coffee.
And you got cream and I didn't, but yeah.
Yeah. And for the price, it's, it's a good little stop in, grab a drink, keep walking through Hollywood Studios. I like Joffrey's.
Yeah.
I love Joffrey's.
I like Joffrey's coffee better.
So that's what we did.
Yeah.
That was everything.
I know. Much. It was a full weekend, but it wasn't a full weekend.
No, we started late both days. I mean, compared to everybody else.
Right.
And this time we were done early. Well, not Friday night.
Yeah, Friday night we kind of closed down Raglan.
Yeah, but it closed earlier than it did in September. You know, it was by 11:20. It was everybody get out.
Yeah,
kind of thing. So, although I did hear that they kind of heard about it from Disney at the Huli when they stayed open late. So.
Well, but they were continually busy till then.
Right.
I mean, they still had a lot of people in there.
Yeah, right. But yeah, it was fun. It was a fun weekend.
It was.
That's going to do it.
Yeah.
So thanks again, everybody, for hanging in there with us. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Mickeyphile_podcast and the Facebook group, Mickeyphile Improvement District. Podcast is everywhere you can find podcasts. So best way to support the show is just like, follow, subscribe, whatever the option is on your podcatcher. And it's been a while since we had a review. If anyone's inclined to do that for us, we'd appreciate it. Share a link to us on social media, or tell somebody you meet that likes Disney, give us a listen. That would be super cool too.
Yes, it would.
And if you want to get a hold of us, our email address is mickeyphilepodcast@gmail.com. Goodbye.
Night, everybody. Thank you.